Imagine waking up one morning and finding a photograph of yourself taken 50 years before you were born. Imagine crowds seeing a man using a smartphone in 1928, or a rescue team discovering a pilot who had vanished 37 years ago, without aging a day. What if time travel isn't science fiction anymore? What if it already happened? Today, we dive deep into real documented time travel cases that have shocked experts, puzzled scientists, and remain unexplained to this day. If you love mysteries, science, and shocking stories, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. Let's get started. Number 1. The Mystery Man of the Future, the Time Traveling Hipster. Let's start in British Columbia, Canada. It's 1941, and crowds gather for the reopening of the South Fork Bridge. Photos are snapped for posterity, just another historical moment. Decades later, a sharp-eyed historian studies the photo and is stopped cold. There, amid the sea of 1940s hats and coats, stands a young man in sunglasses, a graphic t-shirt, and what looks like a modern hoodie. Zoom in, his camera looks futuristic too. Photography experts analyze the negative and agree, the photo is authentic, no evidence of tampering, no Photoshop. Historians try to explain his outfit. Maybe it's a one-off fashion or a trick of the light. But no one can find anyone dressed like that in the period. So who was the time-traveling hipster? Visitor from the future, or just ahead of his time? We may never know. Number 2. The 2006 time travel email hacker Andrew Carlssin. Next, we head to Wall Street, 2003. Federal agents arrest a man named Andrew Carlssin after he racks up $350 million in just 2 weeks, making 126 flawless trades in a row. Officials are stunned. The kind of accuracy Carlssin displayed is unheard of. Impossible, unless you know the future. Under interrogation, Carlssin drops a bombshell. He claims to be from the year 2256, with advanced knowledge and data. Pressed for details, his story only gets weirder. The media laps it up, investors panic and start double-checking every trade. But then, as quickly as he appeared, Carlssin vanishes before his next court hearing. The SEC never sees him again. Some call it brilliant fraud. Others whisper, was he really a time traveler? Number 3. The real-life Philadelphia experiment survivor. It was supposed to be a routine Navy test in 1943. The USS Eldridge, quietly docked in Philadelphia, is rumored to have vanished, reappearing minutes later hundreds of miles away in Norfolk, Virginia. Witnesses describe a confused, disoriented sailor who appeared out of nowhere. He claimed to have traveled to the future and back. He spoke, reportedly, of weapons the Navy would not reveal for decades. Officially, the Navy says the Philadelphia experiment is a myth, but parts of the logbooks are missing, with classified files gone without explanation. Conspiracy or cover-up? The secrets may never surface. At number 4, Rudolph Fentz, the man out of time. It's the middle of a bustling evening in 1950s Times Square when police are called to a disturbance. A man, dressed head to toe in 19th century fashion, stares around, bewildered. His pockets are full of coins from the 1800s, and he clutches a letter from 1876. Fingerprints and facial records match. A man listed as missing in 1876, never found. A car strikes the stranger. He doesn't survive. But his identity is confirmed. Rudolph Fentz. How did a man from the 1800s appear in the heart of modern New York? Legend, or proof of a traveler out of time? Number 5. The Smartphone Lady in 1928 Charlie Chaplin film. This one will haunt you. Film historians studying Charlie Chaplin's 1928 classic The Circus spot a woman in the background walking and, shockingly, apparently talking into a device that looks exactly like a cell phone. She presses it to her ear, talking into the thin air. The problem? Cell phones wouldn't exist for another 50 years. Experts suggest it might be an early hearing aid, but the footage, slowed and enhanced, looks eerily modern. Is she a time traveler caught on film, or just an odd coincidence? The answer, much like the device, remains mysterious. Number 6. The Disappearing Jet, Flight 914 Mystery. It's July 2, 1955. Pan Am Flight 914 departs from New York to Miami with 57 passengers and crew. But the plane never arrives. Fast forward to 1992, when an old DC-4 makes an emergency landing in Caracas, Venezuela. The air traffic controllers are stunned. Their logs show the plane vanished in 1955. The crew and passengers stagger off, convinced it's still 1955. Before authorities can question them, the plane takes off and disappears again. Radar can't track it. Was it a portal, a wormhole, or just an urban legend? Astonishingly, neither the crew nor passengers have aged a day in 37 years. At number 7, John Titor, the Time Travel Forum posts. In 2000, anonymous posts flood online message boards. The user, John Titor. His claim, he's a soldier from the year 2036 sent to retrieve a vintage IBM computer. Titor leaves detailed predictions about future events, war, technology, and even scientific breakthroughs that later proved true. By 2001, he disappears. Some of his predictions remain eerily accurate. Was John Titor a clever hoax or a real time traveler leaving us clues? Internet detectives still debate his posts to this day, combing them for secret knowledge of our future. Finally, number 8. Håkan Nordkvist, the selfie with his future self. It's the kind of story you tell and no one believes, unless you have proof. Håkan Nordkvist from Sweden claims that while fixing his kitchen sink in 2006, he crawled into a tunnel and found himself decades in the future. Face to face with his elderly self, sharing identical tattoos, he took out his phone and grabbed a selfie video. The clip went viral, causing heated debate. Was it elaborate editing, a viral marketing campaign, or the first ever time selfie? To this day, Håkan sticks to his story, saying, "I met myself. You don't have to believe me, but it happened." So what does all of this mean? Some say hoax, some say a glitch in the Matrix. Others say it's proof of the multiverse. Could time travelers really be among us, hiding in plain sight? What do you believe? Drop your theory in the comments. Is time travel really happening, or are we just seeing history's greatest coincidences? If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, mystery, and the unexplained, smash that like button, subscribe for more strange discoveries, and turn on notifications. There's more coming next week. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next time you look at an old photo, check the faces carefully. You never know who or when they're from.